Hello everyone, and welcome to the training video for the Jewish Family Services of Buffalo in conjunction with Cornell University Photovoice project. We appreciate your time and participation and hope you have a great experience. This video will consist of 4 components. Please take the time to follow along, as in this video you will learn: number 1, what is a photo voice? 2, how to capture good photographs. 3, how to upload your photos to the Jewish Family Services Photovoice website. And finally, consent and why it is so important. So you may be asking yourself, what is a photo voice? Photo voice projects are a way for a group to record their surroundings to look for strengths and weaknesses, promote important conversations through photographs, and bring about change within the community. Now think about the photos you take and what are some of the ways that you use those photos? Maybe for social media, your Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, etc. Or to post information to share with others, such as sending selfies to a group of friends or family. Or to document your experiences, like taking a snapshot of some fancy food you're about to eat. For this project, you will be responsible for taking the photos for this project and describing the meaning behind them to tell your story about what community means to you and why that is so important. These photos of your sense of home and community will later be used to provide emergency weather notifications throughout your community. These are actual photos from a photo voice project. Look carefully at each photo and think about what these photos mean to the person that took them. As you can see, photography can be a powerful tool, and it can be used to talk about issues that are sometimes not easy to discuss, such as poverty, conflict, prejudice, or disability. On the other hand, Photo Voice uses photography as a way to increase self-confidence, as well as develop pride in an individual as well as a community. Photo Voice can be used to bring strength and hope in many different ways. It also allows willing participants to gain control of how they are perceived by others outside of the community. So exactly what will you be doing in this project? Well, that's simple. First, you capture yourself, your interests, or your daily activities in your community and your environment in a photo, like this. Next, you write a short caption about your photograph, like so. Further instruction will come later in this video.
Hi friends! Now that you have a better idea of what a Photovoice project is all about, you are ready to go to the next part of the training. This video explains how to take good photographs using your phone camera. It also introduces some tips and tricks that can help you capture beautiful pictures and bring out your inner photographer. So let's begin. We will first learn how to use the camera app on our phone to capture photographs. You can access the camera by selecting the camera app icon on your phone's home screen. Alternately, you can also access the camera from the lock screen by swiping the camera icon upwards. Once you open the app, you will see such a screen with multiple little icons. We will now discuss what some of these icons represent and the camera setting that you can play around with based on your preferences. The lightning bolt shaped flash icon helps you to toggle on and off the flash. In situations where the natural light may be dim, or for nighttime photography, turn the flash on. In all other cases, leave the flash off for better quality pictures. We now see the switch camera icon. This helps you to switch between the front-facing and the rear-facing cameras. When taking pictures of other objects, subjects, and spaces, it is recommended that you use the rear-facing camera. To take pictures of yourself, you may switch to the front-facing camera. You can also switch between the camera by swiping up or down on the screen. Some phones have multiple camera modes or effects. If your phone has that feature, swipe left or right on the screen to access these modes. Now, the large button at the bottom of your screen is the capture button. Click this button once to capture the photograph after you have adjusted other camera settings. And voila! The photograph is captured. Now that we have captured the pictures, we can view and edit them on our phone itself. The pictures taken using your phone camera are automatically saved to the photo gallery on your phone. To access the photos, swipe left on your home screen and click on the gallery icon. Select a desired photo to view. Click on the icons below to do basic editing of the picture if necessary, like cropping, alignment, color mode, and effects. Once edited, the picture will automatically be saved in the same gallery. We are now ready to upload our photos to the website. The subsequent video tutorial explains the detailed procedure for the same. Before we start clicking away, here are some tips and tricks that can help you enhance your photography skills. First, use the grid lines on the camera app to compose and balance your pictures. One of the easiest and best ways to improve your photos is to turn on the camera's grid lines. To do this, on the camera app, go to Settings, scroll down and switch the Grid Lines option to On. This superimposes a series of lines on the screen of your smartphone's camera that are based on the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds is a photographic composition principle that says an image should be broken down into thirds both horizontally and vertically. You now place the points of interest or your subjects in these intersections or along the lines. Your photos will be more balanced, level, and will allow viewers to interact with it more naturally. Second, light your subject or object well. As a general rule, the source of light, or the sun in case of daylight photos, should always be in front of the subject. The source of light behind the subject or object will result in a dark or a silhouette type image. The distance between the subject and the camera is also important. As much as possible, avoid using the camera zoom feature and try adjusting the actual distance between the subject and the camera while taking a photograph. And third, try different perspectives. Taking photos from a unique, unexpected angle can make them more dramatic and help the image to stand out. Try taking a photo with the camera facing directly upwards and playing with the sky as the background, as you can see in the left photograph. Contrastingly, you can also try taking a slight downward angle photograph like the one on the right. So, now that you are equipped to capture amazing photographs using your phone, let's move on to the next segment, which will teach you about using the Photovoice website where these pictures can be published. Thank you for following along.
Thank you for following along thus far, and welcome to the website training section. Now we will learn how to use the website where your photos will be displayed. The first step you need is to open your search engine on your phone. Next, in your search box, let's put in the link of the website, jfs-photovoice.idev.al. In the main page, we see this little icon with the 3 lines. Click it, and on the left, there will be our 3 main pages. Home, you see the main page. About, you learn about this project and JFS. And the last, Submit. This is where you want to go to post pictures. Let's click Submit, and we see a new form opening. In the photo caption space, you fill in the description or the name you want to give to this photo, how you perceive it. So, for example, my community. Next, fill in your full name. We scroll down and we see the photo upload. Click on the Choose File and you will see that the website will ask you to choose from your own photo library in your phone. Select the photo you want to submit. Fill in your email in the field below. Next, there is a human check step we needed to protect the site from spam. Here, you just enter the sum of the numbers displayed. Finally, it is important that you read all the information about your consent and your photo and check all the boxes. The picture cannot be submitted if you don't click the check boxes regarding all the claims. Finally, click Submit Post only once and wait. You will have to wait for at least 24 hours before you will be able to see the photo displayed on the home page of the website. Thank you for following along.
We'll now finish up with a brief discussion about ethics and consent in Photovoice projects and the rules for photographs that help ensure the well-being of participants, subjects, and the community. When taking photos, it's important to respect the privacy of everybody involved. If you want to take a photograph of somebody, first ask permission and gain that person's consent. Consent is the permission given by a person agreeing to participate in a specific activity. Gaining consent before taking somebody's photograph is essential. It shows that you respect a person's right to privacy, their autonomy, and their decisions. Consent must also be informed. That means the person understands what they are agreeing to. When asking for consent, explain the purpose of the Photovoice project and who will be able to see the photo. It's important they know that the photograph will be published on the JFS Photovoice website. Finally, if somebody seems uncomfortable or unsure about having their photograph taken, please respect their wishes and do not pressure them. You should ask for permission before taking a photograph, and permission is needed by every person in that photograph that is recognizable. However, permission is not needed from people in the background of a shot if they are not the subjects and are not recognizable. For example, if somebody walks into your photo while you are taking it, you do not need their permission as long as it is not possible to tell who they are. If somebody accidentally enters the photo and is recognizable, it may be necessary to request their permission or retake the photograph. For the JFS Photovoice project, we ask that you avoid photographing other people unless you are the parent or guardian of that person. However, if you are interested in submitting a photograph of a human subject and you are not the parent or guardian of that person, you will need to have them sign a consent form. A consent form is a signed agreement that states the person has given permission for their photograph to be taken and that they understand how and where the photograph will be used. By signing, they agree that you may take their photograph, that it will be used in the Photovoice project, and that it will be published on the Photovoice website. A consent form must be signed by anybody in a photograph who is recognizable. The only time you do not need a consent form is if you are the parent or guardian of that person. If somebody in the photo is under 18 years old, they must have their parent or guardian sign the consent form for them. There is contact information on the JFS Photovoice website if you would like to request a consent form for a photograph. There are also rules specific to JFS for this Photovoice project about what is and is not allowed in the photographs. This ensures the well-being of the participants, subjects, community, and the project. Photographs cannot contain any of the following: human subjects, unless you are the parent or guardian of that person, or you have an appropriate consent form. Information that may be compromising to the subject, if there is one. Explicit imagery or language, which includes anything of a sexual nature, nudity, profanity, or violence. And abusive or derogatory images or language. Photos containing any of these will not be approved by website administrators. Finally, it is important to remember to ask permission before photographing somebody's private property, such as a home or vehicle. Also, please do not travel to unsafe locations or put yourself in unsafe situations to take a photograph. This concludes the training videos. We appreciate your time and we thank you for being a part of this project.